Change it.
It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and ends. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin Wharf, Fenway Park, Omar Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom. I like that. I like that. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
And again, I love that song.
I did too. We're never gonna change that. People say, no, it's too. It gets me fired up, man.
It's the way to go.
Fired up.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
And
good
then
morning, Mark. Mark's here.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's here.
Mark.
He's here.
Male mods matter.
I take that as an inside joke. I don't know. I'm gonna go there with that one. And Scotty, where are you, bro?
The other day, I started freaking laughing. I couldn't stop. I just kept chuckling.
You should get. Hey, you should get a T-shirt made for him. Male mods matter.
Male mods matter.
And it was for Scotty McGinnis. Yes. Rain, sleet, or snow. Scotty McGinnis is ready to go.
Always there, man.
He's always there, dude. He's like a staple.
Listen, I sent him a text. I need to get in touch with him. So if he's up, anyone sees him in the chat, let him know I sent him a message. I guess something I want to talk about him.
Quick question from the chat. I saw a tweet this morning. I don't know if it was from Deanne or not. I don't think it was, but is there a standout tomorrow at the Taunton Green? If anybody in the chat can answer that, that'd be great to know. If you're on Twitter, please, because I don't want to. The last time I said the national standout, I was 30 days off. All right.
Yeah.
So we have a special guest from overseas today?
Yes.
Wow.
I sent him a link. See what happens. I mean, he's different.
What time is it?
He's like Mike. He is a professional juror, if there's such a thing. Because over in Denmark, and I'm probably butchering this all up, but he serves as a juror for 2 years.
You was telling me that. You told me that.
And he's so he knows all the way around it. Like he knows they try to get around this way or try and bring evidence in that way.
I want to ask him, like, what kind of crimes are you on the bench for? Like, what do you like? You're not seeing gun crimes. You know, were you stealing cattle? I mean, what are they doing out there?
Oh, he lives over in Denmark.
I know.
No, they're up there. They're like Copenhagen. Like it's like going to Brockton.
No.
Yeah, bud.
All right, we'll have to find out when he comes on. You know, I know Iceland's got some smokers. I mean, like blonde hair, blue eye.
So it's funny that you brought up protests, right, Mike?
I did. That was a segue for you, Paul.
Something Nan said the other day made a lot of sense to me, and I just kind of blew it off for a second. But like, we all love to get out there and hold signs,
right?
I mean, that's kind of like that's what the movement does, right?
Right.
Karen's going into Boston to a trial, right? In the federal court.
2 trials.
2 of them. I don't think protesting there is a good idea at all.
Okay. We have in the past, but never really a big crowd.
No.
It
doesn't. Our problem isn't with the feds. Our problem's with Norfolk County. We need to focus on Norfolk County and keep doing what we're doing where we're doing it. We don't need to go to Boston. It's counterproductive. It's a different atmosphere.
All right, I agree. But what about Farwell?
Let it
Don't
ride. No,
really.
the federal government's the Moakley building, the
Yeah.
people that go there, they're I don't want to say more professional.
Yeah, that's not the right word. I know what you're saying.
It's not that.
It's another
It,
level.
it's just a different level, right?
It
And
shouldn't be though, Tommy.
I agree, but it is. It's supposed to be the elite. But
I know.
protesting there doesn't get us anywhere. It doesn't move that ball forward. We need to just stay. Our problem is with the corrupt Norfolk County District Attorney. That's it. Focus. We can't go here, go there, go there. We got a national standard coming out. We don't even know what day it is. I don't.
I don't. Okay, so
Going to
that's
Boston isn't a priority. Is not
Right.
should not be on the list. Anybody, I don't think anyone should go there.
Can I just be honest? I miss Paul Cristofaro with the updates. I really do.
You know, he was
Paul,
on it. He was
I-
absolutely
I don't know what's going on with you, Paul, but get the fuck back
he's
here, please.
missed. He's definitely
You
missed.
you
a
love
lot.
that you missed, dude. I mean, I don't know if you're
Yep.
listening right now, but let's
I-
fucking go, dude.
I reached out. I reached out to him maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, whatever. He's doing good. I don't want to mess. I don't want to. Good. Like I don't want to bring him back again. Where he's got all this stuff.
Well, I don't know what stuff you're talking about. All I know is we need him back.
Yeah, we do. He's definitely. His absence is felt. Rita's absence is felt.
Totally, dude.
General O'Donnell's energy missing.
Oh, yes.
Right. So, but
yeah. I remember
again,
General Donald driving by Morrissey's building with the fucking beeping and the kid and the lettering all over his car.
Mike, every time in the morning she'd show up, everybody would change. Like
right.
Everybody was happy. Just her energy just took you up. It brought everyone to a different level.
Same with Rita.
Yeah, absolutely. Same with Rita. Exact same thing.
Paul didn't have an enemy. Everybody loved Paul.
Paul didn't have time for that. He was too busy, again, organizing all this stuff, making sure this, you know. And he did. Listen, he did a lot behind the scenes.
I know he did.
Like he'd go and talk to the cops and make sure we're
make sure the cop,
come back to us and just don't do this, don't do that.
I felt like he was the liaison between the protesters and the police.
Exactly. That's the exact yes. Yep.
All right. That's what I felt like. And we need that. And if he can't be here for 2.0, maybe Scott may get someone else, whoever wants to be Scott there. If someone's interested in that, we pick like Rita was too. Rita was a liaison too.
100%.
So if they're not going to participate in 2.0, which is their prerogative, I have
absolutely, yeah. They're saying about that.
Nothing to say about that. But someone else needs to kind of step up that can take the roles of that. And maybe someone else has ideas, and I'm just throwing around names. But hey, you're more than welcome back to jump into the sunshine. Guys.
Always welcome.
Yeah.
Our movement should be open to anyone that wants to come. Don't care. You want to come and hold a sign? Come on.
Blue, pink, yellow, green. I don't care. You can sit whatever side you want on. It's free speech, man. We're fighting for the same thing, really. Free speech.
Exactly.
Okay.
Scott McGinnis, I sent you a text, bud. Can you take a peek at that real quick? I'm trying to get in touch with you.
Yeah, Scott. Do you know if there's a standout Saturday in the Taunton Green too? If someone can look, no one's got back to me yet. You chat, you guys. Come on.
Yeah, let's do this. Hold on.
All right. What a great show yesterday.
Oh my God, was yesterday an awesome freaking show.
Nan can carry a conversation too. Like she's so intelligent. Like you start the question and she fulfills the question with everything you need to know. There's no like second question to my question. Like, yeah, but what about, she's like right down the line. And to live in, like, I can't get over the fact that people live in other states and they're so invested in this. And I love that.
Yep.
And you know why? Because we help them. And I feel good about that by having guests like Nan on, or Broken Baker, or Mike Crawford, or the Glare. And the Glare's back on Twitter, people. After I sent the email
back on, that's freaking awesome.
I sent that email to Elon. I swear to God, I did.
I know you did. We talked about it. We didn't even know he was unblocked until after the show.
So I sent the email to Elon 2 days ago. After the show, I go downstairs and he's live. I'm like, what is going? Did he? No, he didn't. No way. There's no way. Maybe. Who knows?
Hey,
But I'm
he's
putting it
back.
on.
That's all that matters. Again,
I'm
right?
putting it
How
on the
we
record. I'm
how we
putting it
get
on the record.
so so Mike, you bring it up all the time.
What?
You go to battle with the team in the troops that you have, not
Right.
what you want.
Yep.
So again, without Paul, without Rita, we're still kind of trying to figure that part out,
Yeah.
right?
Next man up. Let's go. Like if someone gets
And
hurt, you're playing hoop or playing hockey, you get hurt. The guy on the bench, next
you're
man
up.
up.
Let's
And
go.
there's no like I don't know. You're next man up. Let's
And
go.
you're playing whatever position that guy was playing. End of story.
End of
Go,
story.
go, right?
And you're expected to excel.
The best you can do.
So if you're the next man up or girl up, excel. You can't
Do
just
it.
have
Own it.
yeah.
Yep. And again, right?
And we need it because
We
we don't
do. Oh my God,
somebody
do
doing
we?
something stupid. And even Minion Mike, I love Minion Mike. He's always in front of Karen or whatever. If he wants to be a liaison, let him do it because like it seems like to me he knows kind of what the deal is with people going places. That's great. I'd love to see a guy like that, invested in it. But it can't be a one-time thing. Paul was there every fucking day.
Oh,
Rita was there
Paul,
every.
listen, it's not about being there every day. Paul was there. When you're there, like the trial is only part of your day.
Oh my God.
Then the phone calls after,
Yeah.
gotta call this person, gotta call, and the stuff that I mean, I don't know how
He's running a business.
on top of all that. So yeah, he did a lot for us.
Maybe
And
he
it's missed.
maybe he just needed a little, just like a little. Ooh, I
I
gotta
don't know.
just. But you know what? I'm fucking full fucking pedal to the metal right now, man.
Yep.
I'm ready to
This is
fucking.
good.
I'm ready to. Ready to.
Yeah. So
Someone would say.
like again, like what he did and what the women did, we're getting new people coming in
But he'd drive
all
out
the
to.
time.
But he would drive out to northern Massachusetts. He would drive out to West from Plymouth, wherever the hell he lives. I don't even know where
Yeah,
he lives. But he would just do it and not. You wouldn't have to tell him.
he was everywhere.
He had a plan already, and that's what he's a man with a plan. And Paul, if you're listening, man, a lot of props to you, dude. A lot of props to you, man. A lot of props to you and your
So
family. To you and your family for allowing you to spend the time away from your family like that. That's huge.
just the work he did, it's staggering.
No,
But
but no
listen, again, where we're at, right? He brought us here. We all brought ourselves here,
right.
It was a team effort. So what do we do now?
Right.
Right.
Let's,
So here
let's
we
go.
are.
March 1st.
I believe we
February 28th. I'm sorry. March 1st is Saturday.
Yeah.
March 1st is so we're a month away Saturday, guys, from trial. Now, asking Nan yesterday, she doesn't think the trial is going to start on April 1st. So I don't know what's up with that. He's on mute. It must be, I don't know, maybe someone's calling him. Jesus, that guy's, he's got all kinds of people calling him, man. You have no idea the people that call him and let him know. And he sits on shit. And I sit on shit. It sucks. It sucks. So with the motion to dismiss yesterday, guys, the last well, I sent it to Tom, but if you can read it, hold on. It's on X by X. Okay. Okay. First of all, you have to check out Auntie Deb's new video, please. Please look out at Auntie Deb's video. And Julie Bagel got in another fight last night. I don't know what happened. The fries were cold again, and she went crazy. All right. I don't know what happened. Yeah, and the lawyer, Diddy posted this about the gross misconduct of the government, guys. So check that one out. It's only like a minute long on X. Maybe I can send it to Tom. You want to play it?
Oh, Beth, thank you very much for being a member. Oh my God, yesterday, Mike.
Yeah.
Everybody that sent in a super chat.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody who did that. Everybody.
She's so nice, man. You know what? Niceness doesn't equate to dollars, in my opinion. It doesn't, right? I
Mike,
don't care.
she's so valuable as a source of
Right.
information.
So to try to think that like, hey, I have this money and I get the whole money. I understand it completely, but money doesn't buy everything. You have much more respect by just coming up and showing up, right? Like she tells us we're the sports center in the morning. I
Yep.
love that. I love
Isn't
that.
that something?
Not over to you. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just I just love that stuff. And I was like, wow, she's and that just she says to me, that means more what anything to me because it means that people are watching. People
Yes.
and like we're part of their morning. We
Yes.
really are 5 days a week, people. We
Every
come
day.
on 5 days a week.
We started just every so often, remember?
And we talked about it. You said
Eh,
January 1st, we're gonna go over to 5 days a week.
And we did it.
And then we're gonna do different new stuff and I'm like, Tommy, I'm all in, bro. And Tommy has these ideas, guys. And at first I go,
He's
that's
mental.
fucking, and then I go, that's fucking beautiful, dude. And then it works. It works.
We're here, right?
You think outside the box. You have a different type of mind, dude. I like that. But
Right.
I can't find the yeah, I mean it in a good way. I mean, you know what I mean? I can't
Yeah,
find
I get it. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean,
if anybody has the there's a bunch of people here it is. Is this it? Microdots put it out there. Like the microdots. The Commonwealth response to motion to dismiss. That didn't happen, but if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was no big deal. And if it was, if it is, it wasn't our fault. And if it was, we didn't mean to do it. And if we did, you don't deserve it. That's basically the Canton PD's kids to the Sally Bullet.
so
You know what I mean?
I'm glad you bring up Canton PD. Remember? Do you
Oh,
remember when we had Helena Rafferty walking up the stairs with Paul O'Keefe, and then she got an escort out of that? Do you remember that? Everybody remember
I
that?
cannot stop thinking about the motive behind that.
I'm going to tell you. I think I have a theory. I really do.
Why?
After
I
I had a wait a minute, after I had a meeting with her face to face,
yeah.
and then after like the fallout after that, everything that happened after that meeting with Helena, I think she was there yesterday to start getting names. I
Well,
think people that were talking and screaming and yelling, she's gonna bring them up on charges. Do
well,
you realize she was seen pulling out of Morrissey's office yesterday?
holy shit. Okay, here's the thing.
I think she's gonna do that.
She's
She's
on.
trying to prosecute the kid 9 after they said not guilty. She's trying to find something else.
Yes, and she's a witness.
Boom.
She's on.
She's
She's on.
listed as a witness. So you say anything to her, that's a witness intimidation.
Yep.
And you don't think they'll run with that ball?
You don't think they could love to take a couple people out that were down there?
You're gone.
Imagine she was staring down Aiden, just waiting for him to say something. So she baited him, basically. I thought, like
Absolutely. And what did
like
he do? He was a smart one. He
he
just sat there
sat
and
there.
friggin' boom.
And she came right down the stairs, right to him, looked him dead in the eye, and was waiting for any words that came out of his mouth.
There's 30 views of it from every different angle. She was on him.
Yeah.
Before the last step, she was eye to eye with him. And
Yeah.
he's just like anyone out there. Anybody is out in the public.
But no one really thought that's the reason why she was there. Everybody thought she was there
Do you
just to
trust her? Do you trust her?
No.
Do you think she would do something like that?
Is
that out of her what?
No.
Envelope?
Dude, they set up cameras during the rural rally. They didn't
Boom.
send one cop down to break it up. There's no one spit anywhere. We were the most, and again I bailed on it because I was being followed. But that was like the most peaceful protest rolling rally I've ever been a part of. And I met in Norwood, and I was driving around on my skateboard, and there was some sussy people there, dude, that I had never seen before. And it was. I told people that, and I said, something's wrong here. Something's definitely wrong here. Sarah, thank you so much.
Sarah, listen, what you do is just as important. We need you.
Yeah.
I hope you're good, man. They sent her to the ground, Mike.
Who?
Sarah.
Oh, that's Zep Ryan's girl?
Yes.
Oh, Sarah, man, I hope you're all right. Hope you're all right, man. You want to come on and talk about that? We'd love to hear about that whole story. And Tom, again, with Mr. Reed's interview, no mainstream media played the whole fucking thing about blue and
That
purple,
is,
red.
Mike, that's a
But
story in itself.
right,
I don't understand how they can't play what he said. It was absolutely perfect.
I tell you why, Tommy, it was political. That's
It's
the reason why we,
so wait a
yeah,
minute. You're telling me this
mainstream,
politics is involved in this whole thing, Mike?
fucking right, dude.
Do you think Christina Rex and Ted Daniels got the same phone call from the same people?
Yes, there's not 4 sources. There's 2, right? You don't have Christina Rex with the same 2 and Ted Daniels with the same 2, so it's 2, not 4. And right, and where Mr. Reed is right on the money. You can't have a one-party state being Democrat because it won't fly right. It'll just keep going to the left or the right. I mean, right? Because the wing's stronger than the other wing.
Mike, I've been thinking from that time. The only reason why Helena would be there is that there's no other reason that I can come up with.
Well, my initial thought was she's
She
there to hear
escorted Paul.
and to
I
hear
thought
the
she-
Hank and to hear the Hank Brennan. There is no FBI,
Correct.
and she would stand there, picture whatever the fuck was going on. But she left a half an hour early, right after she got there. That was probably her reason to get there, and then walked right down. No one didn't take the side steps like everybody else did. She came down the front steps and went right after Aiden.
Why
Right
would you do that?
to try to entice somebody to say something stupid. No one else said no. So when she was down there talking to Aiden, no one else said anything to her.
And
It's when she arrived.
But Mike, when was she a witness? They
Well, she's on
labeled that they named her a witness prior. So when she was going up the stairs, she
Yeah, oh,
was
yeah.
a witness, and coming down the stairs, she was a witness. Leaving, she was a witness. So
Right.
anything you say to her,
Yep, be careful. Anything you tweet about her, be careful. I tweet about her all the time.
Yep.
Can't stand her. I can't wait for the
personally,
last-
that's a personal feeling. That's just
Yeah.
how you feel. Correct.
Yes, yeah.
We're all allowed that.
I can't believe that she's actually a chief of police. I can't believe she actually thinks she can get a new contract. But if John O'Connell, John Connolly, whatever his
Yeah, the
fucking
big
name,
dude.
if he gets reelected, dude, she's gonna get her contract. Period. 3-2, boom. 4-1, boom.
You know what? We're gonna give you a raise.
Well, then you're gonna be able to retire because you can't take this PTSD stuff anymore, right?
Stress, Mike. The
Right.
stress. That's just waiting.
She can't sell a house because the market sucks.
Hey,
Right.
sorry. She's gonna have to sell for 1.2 instead of 1.8. Oops.
You know, like you've opened my mind about the whole police and money thing and how it's just like an open checkbook with the state and your own local town.
Mhm.
If you don't think town politics is important and you're upset with where your roads are and water pressure, whatever it might be, right?
How about the
You know,
bills they send you for your property tax?
right. These are the reasons why we need to get out and vote. And Aiden hit on it the other night and say it with Michael and the Young Jerks is that this is, national votes are important, right? But get out to your local ones. Get out the vote. Susan Harrington.
Baker's coming on at 9.
All
Susan
right.
Harrington, go ahead.
Susan Harrington, we need more than ever people in Canton. If you listen, anybody in Canton, please, not just think about her winning, but show up and vote. It's legit.
So-
if you need a ride to get to them, I will come get you. All right. If you don't mind riding in a topless Bronco, we'll fill that fucker up and go. Or the Benz. We'll take the Benz if you want to. I don't care. But I just, my whole family's, external family, father-in-law, and everything like that. We're all pushing to go, and whether they do or not, they tell me they went. So that's all I care about. But I'm sure they do. And don't forget, they can read who voted for who. They know who you voted for.
Yeah.
So people, John Conley's doing a shake and bake at the Irish Cultural Center. All right. I don't know if we can maybe someone pull Susan Harrington's thing up later. We can look at what the next handshake might be. But if you haven't met her yet, Mike from I hate to bring up other content creators, but Mike from the Young
Oh my
Jurors.
God.
See, I walked right into that. Sorry,
Oh,
MLS.
oh,
You guys are
good
funny fucks.
morning.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Mike, I want to show you something real quick.
What?
This scares me. This right here. This was written in September. First in playbook, Norfolk DA's race takes shape as two high-profile cases roil the office. A longtime attorney with a history of prosecuting domestic violence crimes and representing survivors of sexual abuse is jumping into the race. Deanna Perkins, is that what it is?
Joanna Perkins,
Deanna
yep.
Perkins is a former assistant
I know
district
she is.
attorney.
I know she is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
She's running by Morris. All right.
Oh, she's a Democrat? Is she a Democrat? Doesn't even say, right? But she needs to be, I think.
Morrissey has taken heat for his office's role in two recent cases involving police. The much-watched case involving Karen Reed, which ended in a mistrial, although a retrial is set to begin next year, and the more recently resurfaced case involving the death of Sandra Birchmore. Mike, they don't mention the doctor that killed his wife. They don't mention Walsh.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Which federal officials are now investigating as a murder after Norfolk officials ruled it a suicide, despite determining that a Stoughton police officer whose text messages investigators say indicated had committed statutory rape against her was the last person to see her alive. The questions plaguing Morrissey's office about its handling of the cases are what motivated Perkins, a Democrat, to throw her hat into the ring. Like many observers, I have seen a pattern of missteps in the Norfolk County DA's office that are extremely troubling to me. Perkins told Playbook over the phone last night. 2 lives were lost, actually 3, and neither family has closure. The way these cases are handled is not the way I trained to be a prosecutor at all. So, I mean, she was 10 years, says she was prosecutor for 10 years. Craig McCullen, another one.
That was posted a while back too, wasn't it?
September.
Yeah. Okay.
We know Morrissey plans to run, right?
Well, that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. Don't expect him not to, I guess, is the way to go into this.
And if Morrissey steps down, Maura Healey appoints his replacement. Which is not good.
Well, listen, time out for a second. That could mean a swing vote for her re-election.
See, is this not political? Are we in a political situation here?
That's why we need blue and red makes purple, right?
When asked, Perkins declined to call for Morrissey to step down before his term is up.
He should. I'm not telling him how to run his life, but I mean, 30-year incumbent. I mean, enough.
Hey, listen, she's this lady here. Deanna Perkins.
Joanna.
Okay? Dewanna.
Yeah.
Her. Miss Perkins.
Yes.
This get her on. 100% political.
Let's get her on.
Political.
Somebody get her on. Let's stop talking to her.
Anybody get in touch with her? I'd love to talk to her on the phone.
What's up, Nick?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mike. Nick, we're trying to talk about that. We're trying to explain, like, it doesn't help us in any way. Really, there's no need to go there.
Yes.
Our issue is with the Norfolk County District Attorney.
Yeah.
We need to focus on that.
Yeah.
What we're doing is what we're doing. We don't need to go anywhere else and do it. Let's focus on what we're doing. We have a big national standout coming out that needs to be really focused on. Yeah. We don't need to go into Boston. There's no need for that.
Really I'm not gonna stop Scott McGinnis though. Again, he's not going. He just said,
but see, Scott knows enough just because he knows that it doesn't help at all. It's just you're gonna pay for friggin' parking. Who's got $40 to go park to do nothing?
Whatever, Tom.
Stop
it, will you? Stop it.
Hey,
if for a cause like this, hey, listen. The only thing I understand the Karen Reed part of this, but Nick, what about the Farwell? Nick, if you could answer that, what's your thought? Because that's where he's at. That's the only place we can get up, and let me
The
tell
only
you,
place we can protest Farwell is
right,
there.
right,
Yeah,
and
I
all
understand, Mike.
the players from Farwell, Mizzy, everybody else at sea, they've got news cameras out there talking about it. Okay, they've got some traction. So personally, I just want to know if we want to hammer that home, and I don't want to tell people what to do and not to do on the Farwell case because there's families involved, there's other people involved, and it's a whole.
Yeah.
But I understand the point, people. I do. I get it. And to have a crowd of 50 people outside of a Moakley building, and yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
cool. All right.
yeah,
Thank
we're
you
absolutely absolutely asking people just don't bother. I
for
mean, we
Karen. All right.
yeah. I
But
mean, Mike, we have enough we got to do at
but
Norfolk County.
whoa, back up. Farwell, Reed, investigations are both entwined with the same jerks that did the same thing and are trying to pull it off again. But that is irrelevant because I just want to see Farwell go to jail for the rest of his life. I want to make sure that he knows there's people outside that feel the same way, and his family and her family's there, and they know they're not alone, and we got her back.
Yep.
Sarah Birchmore's aunt or cousin
Yep.
or something like that. Okay, I know
So
there's not
yeah,
a big
Nick,
family, so
we're definitely not. Boston isn't the place to go. That doesn't help us at all. So we're on that same page with that. What else, Mike? Oh, let's talk about what dropped yesterday.
Jesus. Yeah, what? You get blacked out, redacted pages to post? What are you gonna
Well,
do?
of course. Back up.
Yeah.
This needs to be talked about. This is huge, Mike.
Because she doesn't want the juice out there. We know what's in there. We know what's in there.
We have to pretend we don't.
Well, all right. Go ahead.
No, it's horrible, Mike.
I just love the fact that a certain chief of police is going to be called and to be answered to it. Lally, get up. What happened to it? Okay, Mrs. McLaughlin, what did you do with it next? Where's the chain of custody? Mrs. Crawford, what so when you download it, what so these are technical questions that need to be answered in a systematic chain of custody way. And if they're not, and I don't know, and they don't, and if a judge rules that, hey, that's okay, that breaks every judicial system that's going on. That's so corrupt. How can you be a defense attorney and accept that as an answer? Well, like it just did. Well, we lost once Colleen Crawford took it to NC, Norfolk County. Canton police were done with it. Well, were you really? Because you still had it up in the air on a drive.
But here's the problem, Mike. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's the problem. They had complete control of all the data.
Yes.
From day one.
Yep.
Including Garino, including Sullivan.
Mm-hmm. And was there a preservation order in place?
Day one.
Thank you.
So, because Ellen Jackson did such a freaking beautiful move at the start, anything after that, Bev signed that order, right?
Mm-hmm.
The protection order, and they broke it. But they have no repercussions for that. Zero repercussions. It's allowed. They're allowed to get away with this, Mike.
Right.
That's a problem.
So if it goes through, it's an appeal automatically. And Unetti did it from the arraignment as well, Tom. I mean, he did it from when Stoughton District Court. He stood up and says, I know it's not really talked about. It's just automatically that you preserve any exculpatory evidence, but I want it on the record. And he got it on the record.
And he got it on the record.
Thank God he did, because things disappear in Norfolk County. They don't get filed by mistake. They don't get transcribed right, or that wasn't what I said.
There's a reason everyone puts a lock on their locker in the police department. If it was what you think it is, there would be no needs for locks for their lockers, would there be, Mike?
I never used a lock in my locker, dude. That was my teammates, man. Those are my team.
If you go in every locker and there's locked.
That's different.
That tell you?
So in the pros, their lockers are open, right? Because there's a safe inside with a lock on it for all the jewelry. I get that, but I wasn't wearing bling. The only thing I had was fucking Air Jordans. And I had those fuckers on.
So they They control a person by taking their freedom away.
Pin the Rocco State right there. Pin this, Nick.
Nick, oh my
Yeah.
God, where did it go?
So
There it
there. This case has 100 legit issues that can be appealed if a conviction's ever happened.
Nick, like I asked Nian yesterday, who was wonderful. She's dynamite.
Yeah.
Just the chain of custody issues, like if you don't get a warrant, you can't go touching it. This phone, you need a warrant to get in the phone. That's how I was taught. This is my property, and your phone is your property. I got no right to go into your phone. I need to go to a judge and say, hey, judge, I need to get into this phone because of this. The judge says, okay, here's your warrant. Now I'm allowed to go in your phone just to get that. I can't, if there's other stuff, I can't look at it. It has to be specific to the warrant. That didn't happen, Mike.
Mm.
So, but yet you're using the data. That blows my mind.
Mm.
Just that itself.
Mm-hmm.
That it's basic. It's part of the Constitution where we live under. We all follow the laws of the land.
Right. Sixth Amendment, Fourth and Sixth Amendment, right? I believe it is. Yeah.
All of them at this point. Jesus Christ, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they violated her in every way possible. Like,
yeah. And not only through the Constitution, but through own personal data connections with the state police, including lieutenants. Fanning.
So my question, right? If the incident happened on the 1st in your fault, say you had a problem, you say you hit somebody and drove away,
mm-hmm.
and it happened on the 1st of January,
mm-hmm.
and I go to a judge and say, I need to get into Mike's phone because he hit somebody, we think, because we have this evidence. We need to get into his phone to see where his phone was, all his data for that day, including all data for January 1st. I'm allowed to go in your phone. If you have a video of you murdering a kitten on the 2nd, I can't use it.
Can't, because you don't have a warrant.
I can only go to the 1st.
Yep.
But yet, here we are. Judges, the Bev's allowing the entire phone in, Mike.
Of her phone, who cares? She's got nothing on there.
It's the principle, though.
I know. Okay.
Like,
okay,
you can't.
Right.
You
can't.
Right. You know.
Right. You're stepping on the First Amendment. You stepping on Sixth Amendment. I mean,
all of them. Like, it's against her civil rights. Period.
Yep. And let's not forget about Aiden. Aiden's fucking rights were violated to the utmost extreme. I'm not trying to change subjects, but seriously, his right.
Mike, they took his freedom away.
I know.
That is.
It sucks. I've been in there, not as long as he has, but I've been there.
When I was sitting in the classes, right, in the academy, every single thing, whether it was constitutional law or whatever it was, every single teacher said, you have to be careful because you're taking somebody's rights away when you put the handcuffs on them. You are now, you're taking away their rights when you do that. Click.
Constitutional rights, not just your state local laws. You're talking about federal government, right? Yeah.
Right. As being United States citizens, it's very important. You have a specific reason to put them cuffs on.
Oh yeah. What if you're getting arrested one day, right?
Yeah.
And you get your hands behind your back and the cop's shaking, and someone says to him, "Hey, why are you shaking?" And he says to you, "I really don't want to arrest you."
Okay.
But he still arrests you because he was told to.
Yes.
Is that interesting?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
That's good.
100%.
Good to know.
Very much so. Because when he put the handcuffs on you, he's taking away your civil rights. He has to have something, evidence.
He does.
Allows him and gives him the authority.
Yep.
That is just signed in as being a police officer. That authority.
And he was
put that cuffs on and take your civil rights away. That's huge.
He was told to do it.
Mike, they didn't just take Aiden's civil rights away. They put him in freaking jail. Every day he was in jail was it's all over again. It's like 60 times they arrested him and took away his civil rights. Every single time was wrong.
I'm talking about Canton PD, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But Mike,
All right.
speaking of Canton PD, I want you to look at this, right? And
Yeah.
read this in the utmost severity,
Okay.
because what I'm going to show you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody signed it. These are somebody's words that are submitted to the court as
Mm-hmm.
being true in
Mm-hmm.
100% of the way. If it's 99, I don't think he would print it. Read this in the depth of it, in the worst possible way. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Reed's defense. All right. Some of the video clearly appears altered or manipulated, as evidenced by people appearing and disappearing out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stop right there. We know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what he's referring to. The Sally
Yep.
Port video
Yes, sir.
that was horrible quality, that we
Oh,
all think was altered and manipulated and whatnot, right?
right.
Because we don't get access to the original file. They won't give the original file to us. That's what all these motions back and forth are. They won't. They'll give us the end result, which doesn't let us open frame by frame. It's all one.
Mm-hmm. No
So
meta. Yep, no meta.
no metadata, nothing.
Nothing. Nope.
Metadata. All right. At the first trial in this matter, Assistant District Attorney Adam Lally
Oh, love that.
brazenly introduced inverted video
He did.
and elicited patently
False
false
Oh,
testimony
Jesus
from
Christ.
Massachusetts State Police Sergeant Yuri Buchanan.
Wow.
In the video was a fair and accurate description of critical events in an attempt to falsely insinuate to the jury that no member of law enforcement ever approached, touched, or otherwise disturbed the right rear tail light of Mrs. Reed's SUV. There can be no doubt in this video, and false testimony was offered to mislead this court, the jury, and the defense by making it appear that MSP Trooper Michael Proctor was standing next to the left rear tail light when the Commonwealth knew the exact opposite was true. So think about that. Proctor was next to the tail light, right? He knew he was there. He allowed this evidence to be in, knowing it was patently wrong. Himself, because he was where he was. You can't change that, bud. You were there. Trooper Proctor was, in fact, standing directly next to the right rear tail light of the Sally Port video, which was unquestionably favorable to the defense because it would have severely discredited key witness Brian Higgins. Blacked out, inexplicably was not disclosed to the defense until months after the first trial. To this day, the Commonwealth's failure to explain the disturbing circumstances surrounding their disclosure, of the
exculpatory
Sally Port video.
Holy shit, dude.
And why some video was suppressed from the defense at the first trial.
What the fuck?
So you're telling me, wait a minute, let's back up here.
Yeah.
That Adam Lally, who they mentioned,
Oh, they mentioned everybody. McLaughlin, Crawford, everybody.
talked to Proctor
Yep.
and misled the jury of patently wrong information. Lally. Lally's part of this now.
So exactly. He's
Lally works with, who's Lally work for?
The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
And where's the buck stop?
With the Morrissey.
No, with the taxpayers.
Well, yeah, but I get your point. I just sent you something on that so you get a chance to.
Exculpatory evidence.
Yes.
That was given to Karen after the first trial. Mike.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't happen.
No. There's some fucking bad players in this Commonwealth, man.
And Mike, they all knew that. They all allowed that to go. They give it a shot. It failed, but they tried, right? They tried. They tried.
Jesus
Think of what
Christ.
it takes to freaking try, dude. I'm gonna introduce some false evidence. Let's do that. Oh, great idea.
Back, so back to Mike Radox's point, if we did, I'm sorry. If we, if it
Yep.
wasn't us, that whole thing, like, you know what I mean? And then the judge just goes, well, okay, but God forbid if you have a bill that was paid
Mike.
and you have to jump through. I mean, that was just bullshit.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yes.
Mike,
Mike,
yeah.
in that document that somebody signed and somebody wrote, it said that, hey, the video is altered. Yet, how can it be allowed into evidence? Hey, I gotta do something real quick. Let me stop that, and I can add this to the stage. Boom. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
Boy, it's been a hot minute. How you been, bud?
Busy as heck.
Good.
Every time we try and figure out something, we always land on, yeah, maybe next week.
You grifter.
Oh no, he started the grifter. He was the original grifter.
I love it, dude.
That goes way back.
I gotta get one of those. You got one? Are they for sale somewhere?
Yeah, I have it on my merch store. I need to send a few to the human thumb. He is my idol. No one has made so much money out of so little talent.
No kidding, huh? How's that work?
Well,
Man.
If I knew that, I would be sitting here. Hey, everyone, did you know that Aiden, I heard this from a credible source, Aiden has gone to prison. Did you know that Tom is being picked up this morning by the FBI? I have it from a credible source. Big Mike, do you know Big Mike? He has, last night, he was picked up not drunk driving in Canton. He didn't get to the 0.208 BCA you need to drive in Canton.
Right.
The 0.208 that you need to drive in Canton. That's like triple.
So,
well, I just go by the official numbers that the police always have to drive.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it because I live here in Canton, and yeah, there's some pretty good drunk drivers around. They really are.
They're talented.
Lately, they've been hitting trains and shit. Lately, I don't know what's going on with that. One
driving
hit
buses.
Yes, yesterday one hit the commuter train right in Canton. Nothing to see here. We're gonna move on.
No problem.
Back it up.
Beep, beep. So, Baker, can you just give people a little background on you? I know you've been. I mean, some people don't know who you are. Can you just give us a little history in your experience with juries and stuff?
And I want to know what the post-it notes are behiund you on your left-hand shoulder there.
Oh, he started that a while ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, je suis young grifter. So my post-it.
Look at that.
My post-it note is every time someone pays a super chat. I like Kelly sent me a $3 super as the little emojis, super stickers.
Yeah.
Just to remind myself that I'm blessed that I have people who want to contribute to the show, and I probably need to put on a good show. I keep all the super chats they send me on different boards by the color code. Then I have a very generous supporter who has his own board. And over in the back, I have I keep them all just to remind myself that
you're blessed.
Yeah, we are actually quite blessed. We have 700 people watching us on a Friday morning, yammering about a case that has been going on for 2 years. It shows that there's a lot of great people out there, and if you make great content like you two do, there is an audience. And if you're a human thumb who says conspiracy theories, there's apparently also a short bus Smurf or two that want to hang out and watch your show. So
I can sense the humor, dude. I love it, bro. I love the humor. I love the humor.
But no, who am I? I'm just I'm a baker who
Griffs.
who got a few hernias, and then I started doing in Denmark. We have that. Tom kind of misrepresented the other day our jury system. I sign up for it every 4 year. You can apply to be a juror,
Okay.
and then you get now and again. Normally, you'll get like 4 to 5 cases a year. That level I'm at it's a maximum of 5 years in prison. I think is the maximum you can get. Those cases go to us. So I do that now and again, but because I'm I'm not baking anymore, so they call me a lot. So I have like, I don't know. This year I've had 10 cases as a juror, stuff like that. And then
what type of cases are you sitting on a jury panel for? Not like murder or like theft or robbery.
Only
only
things
did-
with 5-year sentence, he said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
but,
like misdemeanors.
but
Alright.
they can do like, when you can order a bench trial, they can say, well, we just want to expedite it. So we just want to go to the lower court, get through it. So I have had a murder case.
Oh shit.
And
wow.
I have a lot of stupid Friday guys who
Stupid
punch
what?
people in the face.
Oh, all right.
Fighting.
Assault batteries.
Yeah,
Okay.
A and B's is a lot of it. Right now, we are running through a whole heck of online fraud where people are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up a.
Nigerian princes.
Well, like I'm from Norton. You need to pay your invoice so I can make it back. And
No.
Yeah.
It's more like I'm gonna borrow 20,000 Danish. Sure, I'll pay them back, and then they go on for maybe 20 loans, so they rack up like 200,000 in debt and never pays it, and so we have a lot of that. And then of course drugs is everywhere, so we have a ton of drug cases. But
drugs. Okay,
luckily,
yeah.
I've only in the 13 years I've been doing it now, I've only had 2 kid cases. That's
good. What
that's
type
good,
of what type of drugs are over there?
Coke is good.
Really?
Coke is a lot of coke.
I'll take your word for that one.
Oh, okay. Are you sure
I
about
will
that?
believe you. I will not test myself.
Well, I
don't.
I don't try it. I just make sure that it smells the right way. No, I don't do drugs.
Yeah, I
Right,
know that, but
right.
the way you said it, it was kind of funny. A little Freudian slip there back in the heyday. Who knows?
So,
Well,
listen,
We're
Baker,
too old for that.
so
I know.
You're over in Denmark, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
and you're involved
Yeah,
a
so,
lot
yeah.
with
People-
judicial systems and process. We'll say process, right?
I'm planning my next
Well, I've been
vacation.
doing it for 13 years, so yeah, I'm part of the system where I understand it. Yeah.
When you look at the Karen Reed trial,
Oh god,
right?
that was good.
And you look at the jury specifically, because this is with me and Mike from day one. We've been stroking about this. When you look at the jury,
Right.
why would they appoint Fanning to babysit the jury if the jury was
Oh, that's a great question.
they weren't impaneled, but they were driven there every day and removed there every day by a bus that nobody followed, and no one even saw them get on the bus. So we assume that was a bus. So
Can I just add to that question too, Tom? What's different about you if you're biased against somebody else too that you might know through, like, what happens with you? If you could add that on to the end.
One, we don't have a foreman. We're 2 people with the judge, and
Okay.
we just vote and majority rules. So we can't get a hung jury, but we can have a split decision,
All right.
and then they can appeal on the back of that. But the thing I don't understand with American law, I know, well, someone needs to take them by the hand and say, this is the room where you have to drink your coffee, smoke out here so that you don't run into people. I understand that. But why it's a police officer, and he's an active police officer. I could understand it if he's a retired officer who now works.
No. He is in charge and part of an elite unit that only investigates murders in Norfolk County.
Yeah,
He's
that's
part
what
of that.
That's what
Lieutenant.
I'm saying. If he had been a retired officer who said, well, I'm going to work for the court for just part-time or something, I could understand why he's there. I don't understand why he is the one who needs to, because it's a lot of money to pay where you can have petty the one who makes coffee could just come in and say, "Hey, go into the room, please." That's one. I've been doing this YouTube stuff for 2.5 years now. And I know it's a Massachusetts rule that you just point at the foreman, but I thought it was so weird that they pointed at the foreman and then they found who was the alternates. Normally, you'll put everyone in a bowl and pick out the alternates. And I think we have all read the motion to dismiss yesterday. I think there's some credence to what they're writing, that there could be perceived jury tampering is a big word, but something like that going on. If you read the 700 pages they filed in federal court, they mentioned the Murdoch trial a lot, and we had that court reporter who inserted herself in the case. We haven't heard that Fanning have done that. So far, all we've heard is Fanning goes in and says, "You have to be in here. The donuts is on the shelf."
Right.
I would be interested, and I know Aiden has contact with jurors. I would be very interested in if they did something that could raise above just showing them where the donuts are. The thing I think more about is the wording in the questions to the judge. That's clearly someone with a legal mind who wrote those questions.
Yeah.
I have never seen jury questions written in a way like that before.
Yes. They were
Bingo.
beautiful.
Yep.
They were beautiful.
Absolutely true. I'm glad you picked up on that. You're
Well,
you're absolutely right. These are laymen.
Tom, tell Baker about what Fanning did to the juror on the sidebar with the judge. That's inserting himself, not with just donuts.
He got 3 people kicked off the jury. You and you go, because they were absolutely mortified with the Proctor text. That
Yes.
one lady was pissed, visibly pissed, right? And gone. I know. Okay,
So
but
that would be inserting myself, because he's taking no video, no audio, no visual. Basically, he said he saw somebody at a bar and overheard somebody, and that was proof enough to Beverly to throw a pro FKR, 3 of them, off the trial. Now, he took the bus back to where they picked him up every day. He was on the bus, and he knew all their plates.
Yep.
I.e., kind of knew where they lived, i.e., kind of follow the schedule. That's more than just donuts and coffee, in my opinion, Baker.
Yeah, and that's where we get into the motion to dismiss and what they allege in that, because according to Massachusetts v. Branning, I think was the ruling, you can throw a juror off a jury. No question about it.
Right, absolutely. Yep, for
but
no reason.
You can't throw them off for an opinion, or if they just starts a fight in the jury room.
Right.
My problem is, as I read, again, I might be wrong, it's the Branning ruling, but it states that there must be a hearing between the parties and the juror should be allowed to speak. I know she called them to sidebar.
She did, yeah.
But
she was crying.
Is that enough according to that ruling?
Right. And then to find out that you have a conflicted state trooper, Fanning, that's involved with another case that involves the same nefarious players, that's being sort of hidden at this point to anybody in the media, to anybody. He's not sitting with the jurors. He's behind the scenes. He's on the bus. Does he have access to their notebooks? Does he have access to their plates, where they live? What's going on? Are they being followed? As a juror, that in itself, I think, is a violation of just, what are you doing? And then you can see the person being so upset, crying in court, that I didn't say that, Judge, but she just says, "No, you're gone," which is her right. But it was almost planned, Baker. Like, they looked at the notebooks every day and don't act like they didn't just from, Jessica, you're right. Yeah. So they had it planned where they knew they can get 3 off, in my opinion. Maybe it's truth, but even having a conflicted trooper like Fanning involved with that. And now, if you remember, right after Michael Proctor was getting investigated, he was sent texts, the same texts. Fanning was in that circle. he was under the IA investigation. He was the first one acquitted.
Because he said that he was on vacation and he didn't see it on his phone.
Yes.
That's his answer.
And also, I think the collateral damage you would have had with this coming out as it is right now, if he had known that he had seen those Proctor texts, would just add on more weight to what we already know and think. I agree with some of the things you're saying, but I also feel like this is fucking total bullshit.
No
you shouldn't
way.
have
This can't happen. No
a court
way.
A court officer should have been there the whole time. It should have never been a state trooper. These guys shouldn't have had to meet in a secret place to be driven on a bus.
If this below is true, that is Baker. Is that not a conflict of interest?
No, because she's a duly sworn officer, and she is highly trained to not show bias. Tom, officers are the highest moral people in the world.
True.
She can, but the stupid thing, and I said it in my dismissal video, because we've all done a video and talked about it, and I didn't read it. I just said, I don't think Bev will grant it. But the problem is, they'll just do what they always, if an officer says A and it is B, well, he didn't lie or misstate something. He was just misstating, kind of like Brennan when he clearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, the judge will just say, and she is the queen, and appeals are for losers. So you don't want to have an appeal. You want. I believe it's lawyer, or maybe brother counsel yesterday say this should be tossed on the video alone,
right?
But it won't be,
right?
And that just. But Tom, the problem is, Bev's the queen. As long as Bev's the queen, it doesn't matter what the rules say, what common sense say. She will. We have seen it for months now.
My question
you went through all the papers.
After the first trial, why don't you go and actively say, get out of Norfolk County? We change the venue. Why?
Because the state would not let you change venue, and Bev would rule on the change of venue.
Now, with her inserting herself in trial too, does she lose any kind of immunity?
No.
With the even at the administrative roles,
it's just a paper pusher role. It has. I know it became a thing last week. Her role is. They just roll through it because no one want to have that job. They have to assign things, and it's most likely just a clerk that sends her papers that she signs.
Okay.
There's no loss because she will always have the judge's immunity, and the judge's immunity and the lawyer's immunity is very high. But go and read the rules for judicial immunity. She cannot willingly, knowingly break the law. So maybe assigning Fanning, but you have to prove Fanning didn't do what he was just there to do. And that's the problem, because no one has talked about Fanning doing anything illegal other than he just brought to attention that a juror might have spoke. But can I get back to that? Because I can't remember exactly what happened with that juror. Was it a month before they claimed she was talking at the waterfall, or was it the day before?
I don't even know if it was the waterfall, but I know it was a bar. You might be right, but Nick was in the courtroom that day. Yeah. When they called her to the sidebar, she was pissed, shaking her head, saying it never happened. Now you're taking a sworn officer Fanning, opinion or statement and putting it against hers, and then she just instantly within 15 minutes, gone.
Yes, because he has a very high credibility level because he is an officer.
Right.
So here's my.
So thing. I know a lot of people want to say that there was plans on the jury. I don't think, because the defense have the same strike, so they could strike if there was any obvious plans.
Right.
But I don't normally. This is not my channel. I can speculate on this one because normally I'm always the one saying, "Hey, keep down," because that's
everyone's allowed an opinion. Go nuts. Let's hear it. Let's go.
No, but it's just.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Wait a minute.
But we all had a vacation at the Gulf that really blew up the Karen Reed movement, if you know what I mean.
The Gulf of America.
Yeah, the Gulf of America. That was We had some problems down there, and then the Karen Reed movement got into a lot of fights. But someone said that about the notebooks. I really want the juror to talk about what did Fanning do. Was it him every day? Was he with them on the bus? Did he ever ask them questions? Because that to me could prove he was a plant.
Yeah.
And he was there to surveil what they were doing. I believe trusting Aiden and I don't believe in body language, but if someone says something or when they are talking about butt dials, you can read that and say, okay, that's a human reaction to someone who says, well, F this, that's not true. And I really want the jurors to try to come out, because we always talked about what did they rule, but how was the experience? Did they feel pressure? That's
that's a good question. Like, why didn't we ask Ronnie, the juror, what role, if any, did the court, we'll call it the court appointed security, if you want it, but even though he was a trooper, what if any, did he have any interaction with anybody? Did he joke around? You know, he had access to all their license plates at the meeting spot.
He did the Corey checks on every one of them.
Now, you have to remind yourself, it was 8 weeks long. He had to have some type of, hey, how you guys doing today? What's, how did it go? I don't know. Whatever it might have been. Was there any discussion at all? Was there any of him watching people discuss anything at all on the bus? I don't know. I've never heard of this before. This is new to me, having a trooper planted, we'll call it planted in a bus at a meeting site, make sure everybody's there, counting heads. Where were the notebooks? They were left behind in the jury room. Were they collected? Were they put away? Were they locked? And these are like chain of custody almost, Baker. Like, okay, what actually is the proper process, and was it followed, or is it just completely shotgun it by Bev?
Well, the big question, and this is the thing where we always start speculating, saying, what if any? And the thing is, can you prove it? Right. Can we prove? Because if Fanning is doing something shady, Bev must have known. If Bev knows, then as Stace asked, what could happen? If Bev knows anything and they can prove it, but the problem is always proving it.
Right.
Right now, we are all speculating. Everyone is going around, and it's the same with, well, Karen clearly didn't do it. Who did it? But right now, all the focus should be next week. We have 3 days in court coming up.
Big day.
They need to fight like hell to keep Karen out of prison. We can speculate all we want about, but they're not going to waste energy to try and prove Fanning was shady. They are on the cusp of a case that they know they're fighting with at least one hand tied behind their back. And
Yep, true.
And Pro Hawk Wheelchair being taken away from AJ. If AJ goes, does Miss Little go as well? Beverow is not allowed in because clearly Yannetti can't keep his ducks in a row. I see a Bev how Bev acts on all of that will be very interesting, and to me would be very telling.
Oof. This would make this fucking case go viral, Baker.
It is viral.
I think, but like explosion, like I'm talking. Every house,
like headlines across the globe. It'll be running headlines.
He's a Hollywood guy, He just don't take. And he didn't.
I'm sure he's got favors he can pull in if he wanted to make a phone call, right?
And that in itself is
well. According to a good source I have, he has called Just Levy. He has personal information. Him and Emily D. Baker used to work together. That's why Emily D. Baker always is pro Karen Reed, and they know Just Levy from law school. And they, I have sources. Tom, I have sources. Trust me.
My source tells me that the next Pro Hawk VJ is going to be he's going to be joining. Yeah, no.
Who? Johnny Cochran. He's dead.
No.
OJ, he's dead too.
Yeah, he passed away.
You just said his name.
Levy.
Emily D. Baker.
Josh Levy should add.
Oh,
Josh Levy at that table with Karen.
He's biased, dude.
He's in.
Yeah.
Put him in the private sector.
But he's
Hire him. Have Unetti hire him. You're
he's
sitting
a-
right next to me.
But he's a professional court officer, so he can understand bias, not
Bring him
bias.
in the last day of the jury, so that they can stare down the jury. You remember me? I'm going to come after you. I mean,
but
how
I tell you what,
that,
though,
how does that square?
I don't think Bev has the minerals, Baker. But I mean, like what you say when you say it out loud like that, I shiver. Like if that happened, that's shivering to me, and God forbid it does. I hope it doesn't. He got already pro hot DJ in for the federal side.
It's
I wouldn't be surprised though.
when I got into this, I saw the famous scratch marks.
You knew right away. Right away.
And funny enough, my first video where I ever put that photo on was demonetized on YouTube. Funny how that is. Yeah.
Wow.
But
Oh shit.
then I took the picture off, went through, and it's not glorifying violence, so I don't know why I couldn't show it. But I believe, well, it's just an angry judge to begin with. And yeah, the defense will always complain on level playing field, blah, blah, blah. We know how it is. Then we got closer to the trial and we saw, I love all of these Rule 14 allegations that they have. Remember Lally at every hearing? Well, I talked to the lab and they just need 2 more weeks,
Right.
weeks, and they'll have everything. Then they effing blew it that he never responded to their emails when they asked to do it.
Yes.
That's not a Rule 14 violation. It's not a Brady violation. It's not. It's an accident. Come on now, Lally. The guy has no hair.
It's only his job. That's his job.
It's incompetent. Yeah. It's incompetent.
Or
implicit.
Intentional.
Sorry.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Can't be both.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can only take that so far. I mean,
but I just love that now we're going and we are actually attacking the defense for not turning over an invoice sent 3 weeks after the trial that is just payment for an expert's testimony, which happened in every single case. I'm covering
every expert sent a bill, right?
I'm covering a case right now, and they always do that. Are you getting paid to be here today? Yes, so are you, counselor, because it's your job.
Yes.
She gets $650 an hour billed to her company. I did the math when it came out, $23,965. It's so much. No, you have 2 experts for 2 days. That's $5,750 per expert per day.
Yep.
If they bill $500 an hour, which isn't uncommon for expert, it's even low. Marissa and Jess and the people who are more into to stuff like that, they say, well, $700-800 for experts for different stuff isn't unusual. So $5,700 travel, preparing for trial, it's nothing.
Twice, right? I mean,
2 days. You had the voir dire and you had the day in court.
Yeah.
So that's $5,750 per expert per day. And let's just say it's a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
Do you think Dr. Wolf works for $100 an hour?
No.
Or do you think Arca will bill the heck out of you to borrow him?
If you have an unlimited checkbook like the federal government did, they get made all of $500,000, every penny of it, and they will bill the defense the appropriate amount. There is no discount. They can't show bias. Well, you've been charging $1,000 for your expert witness for the last 17 cases, but on this one you decided to take less. Why is that?
Yeah,
you can't do that.
And I'm just, but it's such BS what they are attacking them with, especially when you see what is they have. I love when I don't mind Arca coming on. I just want a level playing field. No, you have filed motion after motion. Lally have filed motion after motion to keep Arca out.
Right.
Now you want to bring in a weatherman to talk about how hard I want an expert to say how likely it is that Brian was rocking Coco's world. We are all older gentlemen. We know Whiskey D is something real.
It happens.
I'm just saying Coco wasn't screaming. Maybe that's why they needed all the butt dials for the little.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
That
I didn't know.
explains it.
I didn't know.
And
there
you
was
know
an
what?
app for
She
that.
answered. It was her that answered the phone.
It's
Well,
But-
she
but-
the only answer she said is, "Call me back. I'm almost there."
I wonder if she can do Braille. Is she doing
Tyler-
Braille? Is she responding like this, Mike?
hold on a minute. You got to get an app that's like the butt buzz, and you just insert it in a certain area, and have people call you, and just you just have a good time.
Yeah, that's
butt
why.
dial. That's why
I
they call it a
always
butt
said.
dial. I get it. I totally understand now.
You're
Butt
like,
dial, I get you.
I'm getting a call right now.
Woo!
But the odds of that happening, the butt dials and all that stuff, you'd have to win the Powerball like twice in 1 week for the chances of those butt
That
dials.
happened at
you know,
That happened at 2:20. Jen's phone did it at 2:27.
right.
A lot
Now
of stuff
there's-
happened after 2:00 over there.
So, Tom, you had mentioned the other day that possibly Matt McCabe Googled 227.
Yes, that's what they're trying to. There's people. There's some people out there that have data, and the data that they have shows that Jen was upstairs because her Apple Watch was upstairs laying down, and somebody was downstairs who used her phone to Google that.
Yeah, someone reached out to me and said I should look at that, but I'm not a tech wizard. I don't understand.
Right.
I'm just a talking head who just makes
I have
jokes.
to go through it and look at it so I
I'll
can
stay with
understand
you,
it.
Baker, on this one. I'm saying just stay with Jen. Don't just convolute this whole thing. Jen,
Listen, somebody, I don't care
the-
who,
the
don't care
pros do
who,
it.
don't
Yeah.
care. They Googled that, and it was on Jennifer's phone, and they deleted it on purpose.
Out of 4,600 messages, that's the only one deleted.
I don't
That's
care who did it.
crazy.
Somebody did. They
Right.
all knew about it. There's no
Right.
way, and they're so close. There's no way what one person knows the other person doesn't know. That's why Jen's in the middle of everything. Telling you, focus.
But as Jemima says, every time we think there's something else, every time we think, okay, now we can't get more crazy, then
Right.
something else just pops
Right.
up, and we have, and again, it's fun to do all this speculation, but just for everyone here, remember this is about proving Karen Reed didn't do it. It's the rest we will speculate on because the police will never find who killed John O'Keefe. I am sure of. Because-
They'll go out of their way not to do it.
And ACA proves that point exactly, Baker.
Yeah.
The car didn't hit John, and John wasn't hit by a car. Period.
Exactly, and that's what I say every time. And I don't care if it was Colonel Mustard in the rec room with a.
Yeah.
Karen Reed didn't do it. That's the baseline. But then look at the rest of it. What I
That's
don't
the
understand
problem.
is you are living in a town. I don't know how big Canton is. As I understand, it's not the biggest town.
No, it's not.
Medium. It's a medium.
No,
It's not as no. It's just medium.
17,000 people, 20,000 people.
Oh, so it's smaller than my town. That's less than half the size of my town.
Yeah.
So that's a small town. But
Yeah.
you have all these players are highly connected
Mhm.
by family. How come no one really looked into all of their stuff? And I know why, because they are highly connected with a lot of players. And I don't think Bev and her brother 25 years ago and all that stuff. But he's not going to get in trouble. He's a Boston police officer. That to me is what sells me, even though I don't talk conspiracies, but this shows me they never gave it a fair shake.
No.
He's not going to be in trouble. He's a cop.
Yep. He's not going to catch any shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
That meeting with Lank that they prepped her on, I was talking about it this morning when I did my video, and I'm just sitting there. We were sitting in a car talking for an hour, and you think, oh, it's women.
No.
It happens. But it was on the 30th of January, the day after the worst snowstorm in history. Remember, there was 25
Yep.
yards of snow.
Armageddon.
Snowmageddon.
Couldn't go near. No, yeah, it was.
But they chose, first of all, they chose to dump donuts on the front seat. And then they said, let's drive that girl home and just sit in a car, freezing our asses off,
Right.
spend all the gas to keep the AC on, and just run in to go to the toilet. It's a long time since I've been married, and if I know one thing, if my wife had a yakking party, it was me sitting outside in the car, because they were using the coffee maker, they were having the TV running, they were in the kitchen just yakking it up. Nope, these ladies, Kelly, she's a talker. Now go F yourself. The more you think about the things in this, and this is why my mind, I have to go to other cases. I can't do what you do it every day, because I get so mad. I had chest pains after the last hearing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
People, this is personal to a lot of us. I mean,
Oh, fuck
really
yeah.
is. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
we're not on. Can you imagine waking up with a murder charge on top of all that? On top of all the anger? How does she do it? I don't understand.
As I said, because people are saying, well, said she has the biggest balls of all of us. We think we're tough. No, that little lady, she has. There are bull elephants that goes and say, "Damn," because they pressured her with a second degree. She didn't.
Yes,
no,
they upcharged her. Right?
They upcharged her when she didn't bite the apple the first time. Then they
That's right.
upcharged her, and she said, "I'm ready, guys."
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
By the way, do you think it was tube socks or compression socks he had in his pants when he arrested her?
Yeah.
Well,
that's troubling. That's very troubling.
I got my skinny pants on. Wait, he is not a fashionista by any sense. These guys.
No, but why stuff your pants? Because we know this, guys. That wasn't real.
I don't know. I didn't take a hard look, but
I've looked way too much. The only guy I have watched more is Paul O'Keefe, because he's crotch sharing all the time.
Jesus. What's your thoughts on that?
By the way, hey.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on him and what? Aaron has not been in court, obviously, the last couple of weeks or a couple of events. Man, there was a sign outside of, and Tom can speak to this. There was a sign outside of the courtroom with him actually saying, with the shirt off and his phone, saying, "Hey, this is not a dating app. This is a trial.
It's a murder trial, not a dating app."
I mean, he's actually using.
I don't know what people are talking about with him. He's a wonderful guy. He's just fighting for justice for his brother.
Does anything for her.
Pearl necklace on there. Yeah, unbelievable big dude. Why
Is
we have him on?
Is he buying her one?
Why we had him on before, man? This guy's fucking great.
Baker, yeah, he's been busy, Mike. He's got his own channel. He's been
all right.
You've been doing busy. Not just Karen Reed, but other stuff too, man.
You should be doing other platforms out and around this area with other guys. I don't know if you are or not, but man, Paul just seems to be actually using this whole event for his own personal sexual.
Stop. He's suing her too, Mike. He's personally suing Karen Reed.
I understand that.
You get that, right?
Right.
But
still, you can't take away the fact what was posted about him and the voicemail. I mean,
can I just say we all remember roughly a year and a half ago when one of our associates got in trouble because he did what a lot of us guys do. Said, "Oh, crazy, let me stick it in that."
Yep.
How poetic justice was it that he was the guy who broke
yes
that Paul O'Keefe tried to dig down crazy as well.
Yep.
That was such poetic justice that he got his payback. All of these people who has been cheating on you. No, go look at your big savior, Paul O'Keefe.
Oh, I had the biggest smile on my face when that came, because that was like, retribution, rejoice, like Turtle Boy. You know what, dude? A lot of guys are that way, dude. A lot of guys are that way. Even ones that have brothers that were murdered, and you're using a trial of your murdered brother to connect with people and to get sympathy for, and people empathize with you. And here you are in your house stating things about your kids, which I thought was disgusting, and it's behind your wife's back. and you tell people you're drinking till 4 a.m. the day before you testified.
The kid thing bothers me bad.
Right? Come on, dude. You let it all out on someone you never met before, and you put it on a text. What are you, an idiot, dude? Stop it.
I agree with Olivia and Tom. Me reading that, I hate having kids too. To me, especially when we know he took the 2 kids who's been through. Well, they've been through hell thrice, and that really bothers me. But
100%.
But I don't know that family other than what I see and what I read and hear from people online. And yeah, we are biased because we clearly believe that they are on the wrong team, misguided, but
okay. Here's a question for you. You're on the trial, right, over in Denmark, right? Do you see a lot of kids that age testifying?
Not in that way. We will have, if you are, unless you are charged, if you're underage,
sexual harassment, or you're
no. But if you are underage, you'll be on camera. You won't be. We will watch you go into a room with a specially trained investigator who will sit and do the let's be buddies. Oh, you like horseback riding? Okay.
Right.
By the way, do you remember you talked about something?
Right.
So we will watch that, and what really disturbs me, and I've seen it in a few other cases, is you can easily plant memories in kids. You can plant it in every one of us because we all think in boxes, and these kids, if it's true, if it's true that he changed his testimony because they had that video, again, another little, why don't you want to turn over evidence to the state? Well, because he allegedly changed his testimony, so they got him giving them a soundbite. She didn't like us. She got mad at us. Because, no, it wasn't the takeaway I was talking about. It was something else. There was that before the last hearing that they allegedly made the kid change his testimony. That's such a... I'm sorry to say it, but that's probably the worst thing, because these kids have lost 3 parents now.
Exactly.
They have.
Yep.
And they have lost one person who I actually, even though she didn't want to be a mom,
she was,
and she took it upon herself to have a good relationship. Can she be overwhelmed? Yes. Especially, we know from the text messages, it was a rocky relationship. It wasn't clear sailing. And I don't want to sit here because read the text messages. They hated each other. No, it looked more like one. She was
pissed. Yeah, pissed off.
One was in a banging relationship and another one was in a relationship. Right. And she wanted either the commitment or the no. Yes or no. Give me a straight answer. And yes, she's straight because she wanted attention. Nothing overly bad in that, in my opinion. It happened before. But I think she did what she could for those kids. And I think she helped them get into that prestigious school that they took away from them. They took opportunities away from them.
Now they lost. That's a loss in itself. All their friends, their peer group, gone, pulled out of their life. And these people have no problem doing that.
You're right, Baker.
But again, how can you murder somebody and then go give birth to your son and say, hey, happy birthday? I got a story when you get,
because there's something wrong in the state of Canton. I have to say it. It's not the state of Denmark, it's the state of Canton, because you have 3 cases that's every one of them have some aspects of the same. You have 2 cases where women are being mistreated by the state. And you have the Garcia case where we 6 months later still don't know what happened at a police academy. How hard can it be to solve a crime at a police academy?
Imagine that. Every one of them's a trained first responder. Imagine that.
Yeah, and he has teeth kicked out, knocked out.
Broken neck.
Tom, you have had some police training, right?
Some, yeah. Same academy. Same teachers.
when I was in the military, we did riot control. Yes, we sometimes went a little overboard.
Of course.
Someone might have broken an arm or gotten a shiner.
Yeah.
But even when we were in battle mode, because we had to train like you would.
Right. Train hard. Yep.
Yeah, because the first, as my buddies who are prison wardens always say, you always get a reality check when you get punched in the face. That's the
Oh,
day you
yeah.
think, man, I'm
Oh
coming
boy,
back
isn't that
tomorrow.
funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, wake up.
So yes, you train hard, but you don't train kick the teeth out of your face hard.
No.
You can get a hook that slips. It happens. But why? If let's just say he did the dog down and someone hooked him and he passed out and did the crybaby thing and broke his neck. That can happen. We all know bar fights always someone falls and they pass away.
Yep.
Right.
That would have been out the same day if that had happened.
Bingo.
But
why has no one said anything? The special investigation.
I know.
40 cadets left. That's half a class.
Yeah.
They grouped us. There was 80 people. So 40. There was 40 in one class and 40 in another.
A bunch of local lawmakers have just written to the investigator to please release something in the last week or so. So I don't know.
I did a stream, a video on that. I believe it's last Wednesday, maybe. Where they are asking, saying, "Hey, can we get a status? This has been going on for 6 months." And I'm a little sad because it kind of, that case has kind of
gone down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so has Sandra has also kind of, but it's because there's so much going on here. So do you think Farwell's chirping inside? Do you think he's chirping? If he chirps, okay, he knew Farwell, he knew Garino, he knew Tully. And if he knew if they were involved with his investigation and how it was a non-investigation, so to speak, how Garino couldn't find any damaging texts, but we found 32,000 of them later, the feds did. Do you think he might, because everything keeps on getting pushed back with him, pushed back another week, another month. Do you think he's actually offering up information and possibly turning to the other side and maybe under a protection law being going to be put away somewhere that, his family can still visit him? And he's got a young family, got 3 kids. He's young. He's 30 something years old. If I was in an orange jumpsuit in a federal prison and I had options and and nothing was going to happen, my family was protected, do you think it's a possibility that someone might be talking? Well, it depends which mob are you most afraid of? The
state police,
thin blue line, or the feds? They will always try to get to the weakest link. They have enough on Fanning, but why has no arrest been made against the other 2 that I believe is also very highly involved in it? Why hasn't the state done anything? That to me is probably the worst part, because one, they should have fired or at least suspended Trooper Garino.
Oh yeah,
pending all these cases, because he clearly doesn't know his job. He got removed from the DA's office, but he's still bumping around in the system. Isn't it wonderful being a government worker? You can never be fired. Just bump to another position, no matter how bad you are. But I think Trooper Proctor we will know nothing about his disciplinary actions till the Karen Reed case is done. They are deliberately pushing that because no matter what they do, I think if Karen Reed is found guilty, they will clear him and he'll be back on the streets.
Yes.
Look out, girls. And if she's found innocent, well, he'll be dumped down, and someone will give him a security job somewhere to shut him up. Because if he starts talking, that's a big old problem as well. Fanning, remember Godfather, where they are going to the Senate hearing, and they bring in the brother from Sicily?
Yes.
And he's just sitting in the back of the room looking, not saying a word. And this guy said, "I didn't do anything. I don't know Corleone. I don't know him."
Yeah.
I think right now you have 2 mobs fighting against each other, and I think he's most afraid of his friends because
Yes.
I don't think it stops with Sandra Birchmore. I said it when I had Missy on. We all know a lot of young women get in trouble and they can make money one way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have a slight fentanyl addiction and you're working Main Street and a cop rolls up and says, I'm taking you to prison, or
Right.
give me a mouth hug in the back of the squad car.
Right.
I
They
want to
go-
know, because there are young women out there who does that, because sadly it happens. There are 13, 14, 15-year-old women walking the streets, sadly. I want to
But here's
that's the deep dive I want someone to do. Go out and talk to all these minor crusty groups and ask them how prevalent it was that you can get out of problems with the police.
in Worcester, they were paying the cops to go have sex with the prostitutes. They were paying them they were on the books in Worcester. Remember the Worcester County DA's office?
Yeah, big scandal. Big scandal with that one.
Big scandal. They're all allowed. You know what?
That's
If you see
a job
someone
I would
that's
apply
doing
for.
the oldest profession in the world, support them. You know, it's the new boost in the economy type of a thing that we're going on.
I know. When I read that, I was like, so wait a minute. So the cops go get the mouth hug, and then they make the prostitutes pay them cash after they're done, and then
Yes.
let them go.
Bye,
That's what
thank
was
you.
going on, Baker. So it was a twofer. They got a twofer.
Yeah, that's
Yep. But they get the money after. Otherwise, it wouldn't work out that good for them.
And then they had them all testify eventually against the Worcester Police Department.
cops.
It was a certain squad of people, but they're no longer
Yeah,
with
it was like the
Worcester.
gang squad.
yeah,
but now,
but that's like in the 70s in New York, where they rolled up on the people who sold Colombian powder, and then they sold it to other people.
right.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
bad people in police work, and
Oh,
do you
yeah.
know how bad people get in police work? You have a bad leader,
Yes.
because he will say, "I don't want Tom. Tom's a straight edge. I don't want
Bingo.
that guy. He's not going to go on."
He won't play with us.
No.
He's a problem. Yep. I've been
Mike-
there, done that. Got that merit badge.
Yeah, Mike would even steal from his own mom. Yeah, that's the guy we need, because
Definitely.
he can close his eyes when we have to go to the docks and get a few containers through without anyone seeing it.
Yep.
And and I don't care about politics. I know there's just been a change because new
Yep.
things at the DA's office.
Yep.
How is no one looking into the entire, and that's allegedly the investigation that's not over, whatever it is. But the entire justice system in Massachusetts should be run down from the top to the bottom. There is the number of candidates that drop out is extremely high, and I bet you it's because they are told, do this. Remember training day? I don't
Yes.
trust you if
Yep.
you don't.
That's
Take the
right.
hit. Take the hit.
Yep.
Yeah, how
You're
many
up.
has taken the hit?
And once you do that, they got you.
You're
Hey.
in.
That's it.
You're
You're
in.
gonna test positive for PCP right now. I'm gonna send you downstairs to the drug lab because I saw you do something. Whoa.
Yeah. And it's like I always say, once you get paid for it, you're a prostitute, no matter how
Yep.
much you got paid. And
Yep.
and these people, I bet you it's training day all over in all of Massachusetts. It's everything we hear from that state is horrendous.
Yes.
First time I really heard about Massachusetts was the Karen Tyler case that went for 4 times to get her convicted, and she's just filed an appellate brief. I have to look into that. But I thought, that's crazy. They tried the same woman 4 times. Come on now. And then I see all of this, and then the Karen Tyler case where they had a guy actually watching paint dry. That's not the crazy case in Massachusetts anymore. I'm just, how can people, and I know we think everyone thinks like us because we live in it, but my daughter, she doesn't watch her stupid old dad on the YouTubes. She's embarrassed. She started watching her stupid old dad when she became a mother because she needed someone to fill the time so she can watch cases. I was up there for his baptism, and she said, "That Kara Reed case, that's weird, isn't it? I need you to talk to me about it." She knows nothing. She's not been a part of the journey with us. She just picked it up instantly. There's something rotten, and this is the cops.
Yep.
This is the
Baker,
cops. Yeah.
Would this surprise you that Higgy got an office at CPD, right? And would you not think that the ATF would reimburse the station for that said office that he was using as like a satellite facility? You know, do you think that do you think the ATF would pay that bill?
But I never understood the explanation. I have an office there because I'm friendly with the chief. Go do your effing job. Why are you sitting in Canton?
Right.
Well, we know how there were cold cases in Massachusetts, so he doesn't have to drive that far when he loses his gun and badge.
You were in the military, right?
Yes, a few years.
So the Enrique thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure people know what this is, but when I show you this, you will know exactly what it is. You ready?
Yeah.
This is my theory.
Could be. Didn't he?
Oh, you know what's up?
Didn't rumors come out that don't play it too much, they'll copyright strike you.
Yeah.
Didn't the rumors come out that he had complained he was getting hazed a lot?
Yes.
Because he was in shape. He was in shape.
Yeah.
He was kicking ass like
He
all
was
the
top
other
of
guys.
his class.
Yeah, so he was actually setting the bar higher for everybody else with his scores. So, like, you know, the worse you do, the better off you are, I guess, so to speak. Back to your point. No, we want the guy that steals. That's the guy that's going to help us out the most. You know what I mean? That's the guy.
And if you run a 440, I can't run a 6. That's
right. You know, we don't want that guy. You know, and if he does make it and we let him go through, we want him on 495 midnight to fucking 7 in the morning. We want nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
guy.
and we want him to go first into every crack then in the city, so hopefully they can fix a problem.
First one in, right? That's what they do. And the other guys sit out back and sit down at the front of the steps and wait till it's clear, and they go in, and then everybody leave the room. They break open the button basket. What we got? We got 100,000 cash. Okay, we get 60,000 cash. 40 goes. You know, that's just how it works, man. Especially with bookies. When you break down a bookie's door and it's just all cash and no drugs. Sorry, guys, it's just part of the game this week. All right, you know, I'll let you guys go for another 3 weeks. We'll see you later.
Yeah, we had. Not officially, of course, because it would never happen. We had rumors that in Copenhagen we have had they call it like the Free City, where all the hippies made a commune back in the 70s, and they had a street called Pusher Street where they sold the Devil's Letters, and it was kind of a place where everyone agreed you could sell the Devil's Letters, the bike gangs, the immigrant gangs, all of them were okay. Let's just keep it here and then keep the class A out of here, because then you can sell more product if you don't have
more heat.
Yeah, and
unwanted
no, but
eyes.
and police were kind of like, let's just let's
keep it in one
here.
place.
Yeah. So we don't have people who just want to watch Big Lebowski and have a smoke. They don't have to go somewhere where there's crack. Yeah. So that was kind of, they closed their eyes. And there was a rumor that like twice a year, just to keep the politicians happy, they did a raid, and they'll always find like 25 keys and 100,000 or something.
It was all planned in their budget.
All set up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they made the politicians.
Payoff. They take the money. That's payoff.
No. This was to show the politicians that everything was good, but then they didn't have to go fight these idiots every day.
Yeah,
because whenever the politicians got mad when something happened out there, they had to go in there and get stones thrown in their face and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
PC, yeah, all that shit. Yeah, yeah.
so,
So we
so that
kind of have that going on in Mass and Cats where there's a fentanyl
They give them
situation going on.
needles. They get,
And
they teach you how to shoot
but
up
yeah,
correctly and stuff.
an open air market, I kind of agree with, as long as it's not like publicly fake. Like the Boston Common right now is out of control. Like there's an area of the Common or the Garden, Boston Garden, where it's literally like an open air drug market. There's people just nodding off, leaning against the fence.
But the needle's still in their arm, and it's okay.
yeah.
Like, dude,
But-
like,
And cops will walk by. They don't want to arrest them because they'll be right back out in 24 hours.
yeah, but and then you have kids running around knocking and everybody, and then they're doing it just for fun, just to take away their high.
Yeah. So I understand the open
yeah.
air market. I get the concept of it, but eventually, just kind of like, I don't know. How did it work out in Copenhagen? Did it ever?
Well, they closed it down because they started getting into the truth kind of wore out, and then they started shooting each other out in the streets, and then they brought it in there, so they closed down the street. But again, it's drugs is ruining everything. When we see these nodding off videos, we don't have that in Denmark, but seeing that I was watching that street by the train station in Philly.
Oh,
it's so horrendous.
Zombies, fucking zombies, man.
Yeah,
nothing good comes out of that. That's not getting high. That's just getting whacked.
And as a father of two, it's always been my biggest fear.
Oh, sure. Yeah, protect the kids from that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you say, okay, let's just give them somewhere. Well, then we're fighting. You can't sell a cigarette anywhere, and you can't smoke anywhere because the kids might start. But I can sit at a 7-Eleven with a guy who's nodding off because something. It's. I don't know how to solve it. We've fought drugs forever, and it hasn't worked. I need to jump off, Tom. I have a show in 4 minutes. So,
Listen, thank you, everybody, and thank you, Baker. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, dude, you got to come back on. You got to come back on.
I hope it wasn't too boring, Mike. That
no,
entertained you a bit.
I was laughing my ass off, man. I mean, come on. You're real, you're funny, and you're right on point. I really appreciate your feedback today. And now I understand your government a little bit more about your jury duty, which is interesting to know. But again, I would love to have you back on anytime you're ready.
Open door, bud. Anytime you
want.
All
right.
Thanks it's always we just start the show at the same time while I'm sleeping. Can I do a little promo before I go?
Please.
Yeah, sure do.
This Sunday at 2 p.m., I will have at least, we are still having a few requests out, Brother Counsel and the lovely Brandy Churchwell on to do a talk about what's going on in the Karen Read case, what's coming up in the Karen Read case. So if you want to join for a good talk with nice people and me, join us Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be discussing Karen Read with our old friend Brandy and our new friend, Brother Counsel.
That was good, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. I like that little sexy voice you got going on there.
So Baker, listen, thank you from all the Karen Read supporters, all the creators. Thank you for everything you do for Karen. It's very much noticeable, and keep up the amazing work. We're getting there.
I'm the grifter on the side who doesn't do as much as you guys. You are the heavy hitters. I just swing by whenever.
No.
You got a passport, right? Valid passport.
When are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming to Knoxville in June, so probably while the case is still on, because that's never gonna end.
Well, plan your trip up here, bud. We'll come and get you.
Yeah, fly up.
Yeah, I still haven't bought my tickets. I need to get
plan a day or two for us, will you?
But
it's 10 hours drive each way. It's
fly. Get on the airplane. Take you an hour up and down. Pick you up at the airport. All right, we'll figure something out. Listen, go do your show, my friend. Don't want to keep you.
See you later. I'll try and figure something out. I need to swing by and just to record you say car so I can send it to Jamie so she gets.
Jamie's the best. I love.
Yeah, we had cars.
Car.
She wouldn't. If I know Rosemary Scapicio is a friend of Bev, so she couldn't join. But if Bev if Rosemary Scapiccio could join the defense team, Jamie would. I can't say it because Jamie is a very nice lady, but she might act like Coco when someone is butt dialing her.
I'll
Someone's
call
calling.
Tell her I got her
Pass.
number.
Bzzz.
Oh,
Holy shit, dude.
isn't he good?
Where's he been all my life?
Listen, when I first came on the internet, like first started, like no, I had maybe 200 subscribers. I went on his show way back, and it was dynamite. Him and it's just yeah.
He's a good shit, dude.
Yeah,
He's a good shit.
smart too.
Yeah.
And he serves on the jury, so he knows the jury end of it.
Yeah, it's interesting that like how they do the children, like they actually put them in another room and they have a special person asking questions about the case. And they do it the right way. I mean, to
Mhm.
throw up young kids like that, you can't tell me with certainty that they're never ever going to forget that moment in their life, and it'll
They can't.
always be
Yep.
ingrained in their minds. For what? Nothing. It got them nothing. It proved nothing. And I hope they don't. I'm not saying they can't or won't, but I hope they take leniency this time around and maybe say, you know what, we don't really need that because it was
It doesn't add to the case.
right, in my opinion, right? I don't know.
I 100% agree with you.
So
100%.
let's talk about what might possibly happen with Helena coming out of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. I mean, I get wishful thinking. I think nothing of it. I think maybe she went over there and read stuff, but I don't know.
Mike, I don't see her anything other than on the attack. I know.
Yeah, you're right.
I know she was at Morrissey's office yesterday. The only reason, if I was her, I mean, think about this, Mike. We're all asking, why was she there? Why was she there?
Because
You know why? To set whoever it is up, so she can bring charges on this person for saying this or for that person for witness intimidation because you called Paul whatever or now she's a witness now. So
exactly.
But you know,
or Hank Brennan, like said, I don't know if he got booed or Lally. Lally took some shit. Lally's a witness.
He always gets it.
So people, going forward, I'd be very careful of what you yell if it's not pro Karen Reed, because the witness list is growing for the Commonwealth or the employees of the Commonwealth and the employees of the Canton Pete CD. I just don't want to see any of our friends or our friendlies get caught up in a jam like this, because they would love nothing more to have another distraction.
And that's all it is, right?
It's
other noise. We don't need that other noise.
We don't. And we don't need to go to the federal building.
No need for that.
All right, on the 5th. We got this. Right? And Baker was the man today. That was a good choice. We had Nan yesterday. We had a great week.
Dynamite week. Yep. All right.
So what are your plans for the weekend? What are you gonna do? You're going to the Cape?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the Born Standout because they are 65 days weekends straight that haven't missed.
Was Jess? Is Jess in here?
Jess still in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know. She was earlier.
But I'm gonna go down there and spend some time with the Born peeps. Maybe do some lunch. Maybe if you're down in the Born area, come on down, go get some pizza with us.
Do you want to talk about the contributions real quick before you head off? There's like 20 or 10 of them.
Oh my God, yes.
All right.
And let's talk about Amy real quick.
Okay.
Amy has a show at 2:30
today. All right.
Yep, Amy's channel.
On Justice or CPU?
No, on hers. Talk Time with Amy. She has her own channel.
What?
Oh yeah, bud.
I got to find that one out.
Oh all yeah, right. we hooked her up with the beginning. She's got her own channel. She's good.
All right.
Esty, you're on next. So at 10 o'clock,
Esty's you're gonna go.
Yeah, right. Gonna go over to her channel. She goes over all the donos.
Esty, get Baker on your channel. He is. I think you two would be a funny combination. He's a funny guy. He's a good guy. He's a real deal. He's the real deal. Yeah, I like him a lot, man.
And again, at the very beginning, he's the one that took me under his arm and said, "Okay, this is that. Watch out for doing this. Watch out for doing that. So he's
Yeah, I just,
dynamite guy.
I,
Just
I,
dynamite guy.
I'm just worried about people that we love at the protest at Dedham, the peaceful one, yelling something that
but
might be considered
Mike,
yeah,
it don't matter. She came down the stairs.
for a reason.
She was, there was a mission. She was on a mission. So
And no
I
one
hope
bit.
I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right.
I hope
The
I'm
more I
wrong.
think, the more I think about it, though, I think you're right because she is on the witness. Might be testifying. Okay, and if we say something about videos, that's right in her wheelhouse what she's testifying about. So
Yep.
be careful, people.
Please.
Just because I guess no harm, no foul is what I'm saying. If you don't say it, we don't have to fucking worry about it. Just say something positive about Karen Reed right to her face. We love Karen Reed. That's all you gotta say, right?
Yep.
Or how's
Yep.
your day going today? Like Tom does.
No,
Hey,
yeah.
you're looking good today. Do you need a winter jacket? I mean, I love that with Hanky every morning. Why is he wearing a
Yeah.
winter jacket?
I don't know, man. I just
It's
something. I don't know. Maybe it gets his blood going. I don't understand it.
I don't know. Maybe there's no place to hang it. Who knows?
Don't know. All right,
we're
so we're
gonna
gonna give them a couple minutes to go and get ready for SD show, so
All
people
right.
can go refill their coffees. Go pee.
I
Change
guess
station.
appears more Sally put video inbound to Karen Reed's defense after 3 years. Just posted.
Jesus, imagine that.
Just posted. So maybe
How
SD
is that possible, dude?
I'm gonna say Diddy just posted it in Norski, so it's in your inbox right now, buddy.
Okay.
All right. I don't, and it's not redacted.
Oof. Nice.
All right. So wait, motion to amend this court scheduling and order date February 10th. I don't know what that is. So yeah, everybody check your Twitter or your justice pages because it looks like they might be moving around some dates. We'll get it out to you as soon as we can. You know how they love the Friday dumps. Okay. Paul Christofaro, always thinking about my friend. Hope you get better. Get back out here because no one motivates me, man. Tom and Mike and your mods, you guys, man, you guys are gold. We are gold. Thank you so much, man. Nan, Thank you so much this week. You were
Nan was dynamite yesterday, wasn't she?
Great. Yeah, she's great, man. And Baker, man, wow, what an added laugh or two because he gets it.
Yeah,
he knows exactly what's going on here. Sarah, thank you so much.
New members.
All right,
thank you guys for being a member. And
I don't
like and subscribe too. Don't forget that.
Hey, I don't think we're gonna have time for a members guest next week. I don't know. We have a day or two next week.
We'll figure something out.
You're a busy dude. But hey, I think it's gonna rain like Wednesday all day, but whatever.
Does it matter?
Yeah. Thanks for all the contributions, guys.
Yeah, you guys really. Thank you all for all of this.
Do we have an update from yesterday's Nan fundraiser?
She broke the friggin' the interface.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we raised like $800 and something yesterday, Mike.
She did, or we did?
In total, she's getting half of that. She's doing half of that, I think.
So she's gonna put in $400,
something like that. Yeah, but we minus the 30% that YouTube takes.
Okay. I thought she was just gonna go to KarenReed.net and do it. No.
That was broken.
Oh.
We'll find out if it's fixed today.
Because
she was talking to the tech support people trying to work through why hers was getting this error.
Because I know they raised like 26 G's the other day.
Yeah. And she needs it. She needs that every day, guys. Everybody, we need to raise that money every single day for Karen.
How many people are watching on YouTube?
Right now we have 1,000 people.
YouTube and then CPU
is 152 and X is 261.
Wow, guys, huh?
All right, listen, we got to run.
All right, I'll let
everyone go fill their coffees. Go see Etsy. Jump on her channel next, guys. We'll see you over there.
Tell Etsy you came from CPU and Mike. Okay. Talk to you guys later.
Tell me came from us.
Bye bye.
All right, Mike. Talk to you. And tomorrow, guys, we'll be going live. Pizza tomorrow. So if you're in the Bourne area, come on down. Hold some signs, and that's that. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Hope everyone stays healthy. And that's it. Go see Etsy and tell her we send the love. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.